Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions at 12 noon every day. And is the camera up high enough? I think it is. Sorry. I think there's a storm rolling in because the sky is overcast, and getting on this, I looked so jaundiced. I had to actually turn the saturation down so I didn't look as ill, and I'm not jaundiced. It's very weird lighting that you get here when there's storms rolling through. So, but here we are. Okay, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are there and everything's timestamped, so you can just go through, pick and choose what you're interested in. So you don't have to listen to me jibber jab. All right. And today we are going to use the Yarn Tarot. This is a beautiful deck. So I have 16 questions. I doubt I can get through them all, but whatever I don't cover today will get rolled over to tomorrow. So. John Howard is sending storms from Missouri and Iowa to you. Thanks. No, we could always use the rain, you know. It's called nature. It's kind of how nature does. All right. Did I just actually no? Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. So, my new schedule, and at least things are moving along. At least I'm making more progress now that I have this thing. But we're here now. If I can get this thing to close. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll pretend it closes. All right. So, we're going to jump at 2 minutes, 30 seconds in. I'm sure I forgot something, and I do apologize. To ask a question, please just go, just put your question in the chat right before I come on between 11 and 12. And then during the live stream, anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. So, because people have whole conversations, and that way I'm less likely to get distracted. I can't say I'm not going to get distracted. I know myself better than that, but besides, you guys are funny. Kika's saying a ton of cat love on this channel. I love it. Then we are your people. There's a lot of cat love on this channel. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kay and Sherry H. All right, so we've had this lovely energy up here where we've got, we're here with each other. This is really good. We've got some nice overlays. There's some fun nails. Not new lipstick. I think it's pretty good. It's a fiery fuchsia, it says. And I guess it's even more fiery if I didn't have to turn the saturation down because of the weird lighting. But so we've got this good energy, and then so we can dip down into the ick and then come back up. So, all right. So at 4 minutes in, reports are circulating that some kind of a coup is underway to oust cancer-stricken Putin. Will anything come out of it? And I did not mean to make the little bunny symbols around Putin's name. I did too many bunnies. Too many bunnies. His name really is Putin, at least as far as we know. So is some form of coup underway to oust cancer-stricken Putin? He does not look well. Petra says, I suspect wishful thinking there. Absolutely. But Cool. Musical Neptunian says, Boo Boo Zen Kitty, BBZK, offers to dump cat litter on this Putin guy if that helps. Well, they have all new litter this morning, so I don't know if he's willing to just like, could we give it a couple of days? He could. The fuchsia is now. I love that. Thank you, Gerardo. The fuchsia is now. I love that. I love that. 8 of Swords. Ooh, hemmed in. Talk about if you aim for the king, you best not miss. Oh goodness. Yeah, if you're gonna go for Putin, you better make it. It better work. Queen of Swords. 9 of Wands. People are being beaten up by him, but we knew that. Page of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. I think it's interesting to watch other readers. I was watching Kirsten Langston yesterday, and it's interesting how for different readers, different cards mean different things. To her, this is a card of secrets. To me, this is a card of bullies. So, whatever works for you. And she's so good. All right, Queen of Swords. Okay, that could be she of the swords. Often in law enforcement, this is an investigation. It can, in military, it's either a group or it's kind of the family guarding the home front kind of thing. This could be a group. Who are trying to amass, trying to tentatively test the waters. Because they're feeling very beaten up. This bullying thing in Russia, it's not to win. They're not going to. The people who could turn against, who would have the power to turn against Putin and actually do something, they don't think he's going to win, because I don't think he's going to win either, for what that's worth. 4 of Pentacles, it's cratering the economy, and that's the word I'm getting, cratering the economy, which I know is just an expression, but still. And then 3 of Wands here, which is, this feels like anger. This feels like the stupidity, the anger, the mismanagement of the anger about the stupidity and mismanagement of the attack on Ukraine. Just some fantasy about a foreign land here. So I've got a whole lot of anger and a whole lot of people being fed up, and maybe a little tentative, but I've got a whole lot of people holding back. A whole lot of people like, oh, I'm not going first. Oh, that's not happening. Let me see if I can get any more information. So, how's it going, Putin? Killed anyone today? Oh, wait, yes, you have. If it's self-defense, do your thing. Do what you need to do. But other than that, just have you killed anyone today should not be a question where the answer is, yeah, on a, decade after decade. That really shouldn't be a thing. Just me, naive. I know I've got this naive part of me, but 5 of Pentacles. It's expensive. out in the cold. People suffering. Their own Russia suffering. Hermit, he's hard to get to. Queen of Swords, again. If, just theoretically, if someone else took over from Putin and we didn't like him, how could we oust this other person? Yeah, that's the discussion we'll have. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is, they're talking about it, but it's just, that's not what I'm getting. I'm not getting. Petra says, as I've said before, for Putin, the ability to kill people is basically the definition of power. Ugh. Ick. Understatement of the universe. Ew. Is the man just a, it's like Putin's psychopathy, nature versus nurture. I mean, apparently he had a terrible upbringing, but still, there are a lot of people with terrible upbringings who don't turn into what he is. Sorry, I've got to get some extra coffee here to add into mine. Gretchen is saying that Ukraine is taking pictures of dead Russian soldiers and using facial recognition to identify them, then sending information on to families. That's, at least they'll know. Jay Brumley saying it would take a military trained to take out Putin. Yeah, it would take something. He is very, very isolated. He is very hard to get to. Musical Neptunian says, there's a Russian proverb. He's my friend, so I don't trust him. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, everybody's still too afraid, is what I'm picking up on. All right, so 12:30. 12:30. Britain says that Russia has lost over 1/3 of its troops in Ukraine. Will Putin be able to keep spinning this to the Russian citizens to keep their support? How much longer can the troops hang on before admitting defeat? Britain says Russia has lost over 1/3 of its troops in Ukraine. That's devastating. Devastating. Goodness, good grief. I mean, I know I've been picking up that he doesn't have the material. He doesn't have the manpower. He doesn't have the... And yes, I know women can be soldiers. Women can be excellent soldiers. I'm saying manpower as in that term. And the fact that they... anyway. So... I agree, Jay Brumley. Damn. They're not wrong. Okay, great. Standing in a big old-fashioned Russian cemetery. Or what I assume is a big old-fashioned Russian cemetery. And it's just a whole lot of stone. Whole lot of stone. There's just grass growing, weeds that need to be pulled up. It's a huge hole that's a huge hole in this generation, in that generation. Ace of Swords. Oh, man. Seven of Swords, Thief card. Eight of Pentacles, working. Eight of Cups. The Russians walking away. The person in red walking away from the Wall of Cups. As long as there is a Ukrainian person who is breathing, they will keep fighting. And they are very, very well supplied by the West. I mean, relatively speaking, there's an endless supply from the West of materials. And there are fighters from the West who've come in. Come on, Putin. Has it even dawned on your little pea brain? Cruel little vicious rat that it is. Your vicious little cruel rat brain to that, gee, I should save what military I have left. Seven of Cups. It almost, from Russia's side, it almost feels like the Ukrainians are coming up with material and equipment and stuff just like out of nowhere. It's like, oh my gosh, that's a really advanced drone. Oh my gosh, where did that? Oh my gosh, what was that? How could anyone have shot at us from such a distance? I mean, it's just on and on and on. Chariot. War. It's interesting. It's like a knit motorcycle. Let's get this thing to focus. I hope it's focusing well enough. I have faith. Anyway, he's a guy and he's got the scarf. It's a motorcycle with little sheep's head for the wool. Chariot, the moon. Yeah, it's not going so well. It's really not going so well. Knight of Swords. He's just throwing people into a meat grinder. How does he leave? How does Russia leave Ukraine alone? Hello, Linda. Come on. You're not winning. You're not going to win. Nine of Cups. Endless supply. The merchants are like, here's our showroom, Ukraine. What do you want? Judgment. Two of Cups. And yet he's still fighting. Okay. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting the end. I just get very, very strongly Ukraine will win completely, outright. One. And Russia will lose. But I don't get how or when that happens. I've just got more fighting and more fighting. Man. Okay, let me go on to question 2 at 20 minutes in. Okay. Despite fears of Russian retaliation for breaking decades of neutrality, Finland is finally applying for NATO membership. Will Putin let this happen without action, or will Putin let this happen without action? I won't say comment. He's already saying stuff. Finland joining NATO. I don't know why they're just look. There's nowhere you can invade where you're not going to meet resistance. You're not going to meet fighters. But there are just certain people in this world, certain cultures in this world, you do not mess with. And there's a reason Finland, invasions of Finland haven't gone so well for the invaders, because they believe self-defense is a dish best served cold. They wait for, apparently, like in World War II, they wait for the tanks and artillery, all this stuff to roll into town, and the people arrive there, and there's no one fighting back, and there's no one around. And so after that long drive and whatnot, people get out to, relieve themselves in the woods, or, on the side of the road, or to, get some food, or double check some, straps on the back of a thing. And as soon as they stop and people get out of the trucks, the Finns would come out of nowhere and kill every last one of them. It's like, okay. Thank you, Dory. Thank you. Queen of Cups. Oh, the NATO, it's getting bigger. Gathering in. Hello, Andrea. Hello from Sweden. Sweden has a very modern army. Oh, yeah. I don't doubt that. 6 of Wands. 10 of Cups. 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Page of Cups. Well, this is a card on, this is a card of NATO. This is strongest thing here, getting bigger, coming together. Russia thinking he has more. He's finding out not only does his military not have the power he thought it did, and taking more of Ukraine is not going well. But he's finding how little power over neighboring countries he has, and the longer he's in Ukraine, the weaker he gets. You idiot! The more he's going to lose. The less respect he's going to have. You can't win. Cut your losses. Go home. Okay. Putin wants this victory, but 10 of Cups, I mean, these are happy families that are not in Russia. 9 of Wands right here. The Finns, they can see what's happening in Ukraine, and they're just like, oh no, we're not. This is communications. 2 of Wands. There's been I don't think it's just a guess that Russia has designs on other countries, that he would roll, he'd roll through Ukraine and then take Moldova, and then possibly try to take Poland, or try to take Finland, because they weren't in NATO, and then maybe go after Poland. I think there are actual communications, and that's why you've got ye old Page here wanting to join, wanting to just start out and say, yeah, I'm here for the creating of the cloth here. So, not necessarily getting Russia. Is Russia going to do something about Finland joining, or try to do something about Finland joining NATO? Fool. There's no sense in what he's doing right at this point. Tower, he's got his own problems. Oh boy, has he got his own problems. And 5 of Wands, and there's rancor in his own country about it. 3 of Pentacles. He has a plan, but he can't make it happen. He doesn't have the materials. He doesn't have the manpower. He doesn't have the support or not support of other countries, but even just a lot of other countries being willing to just stand back, like happened in Crimea. So it looks like Finland's joining NATO, and there's not much Putin can do. He has had problems. He's got big problems. Have a great day, Cat Shepherd. All right, so 27. Lisa Graham had a question. Lisa Graham was asking, what is Mitch McConnell doing in Ukraine when he went over there? I would, without pulling any cards first, I would say trying not to look bad because Pelosi got there first. Does he actually care? Yeah, Leah Bachman, that's exactly what I was reading on. UK says Russia has lost 1/3 of their forces in Ukraine. Yep, that's what I was reading on. All right, Mitchie. Mitch, please. What are you doing in Ukraine? Photo op. Thank you, Almenzi. Photo op, big letters. Yep. 2 of Swords. Oh, you're making decisions over here. Military decisions. Great. Is this my good side? Mitch, I'm not sure you've got one, dear. And not because of what you actually look like, but it's what you do that makes you ugly. Oh, Petrus, my life doesn't have many rays of light at the moment, but this group is one of them. Oh, thank you for that. Petrus, hang in there. Hang in there, okay? We're all in this together. We're all in this together. All of us. There are good days ahead. Seriously, I spent a couple of decades in constant pain. Constant physical pain. It got to the point where I would find myself sitting there and just suddenly becoming really, really angry and even thinking, I'm really angry. What am I angry about? But I was just angry, and it was like, oh, wait, let me check in with my body. Oh, yeah, I'm in pain. The pain's really bad right now. My brain started disconnecting or trying to rewire because the pain signals were constant. But I just kept fighting. And look at me now. Didn't seem possible. But I'm not in constant pain now. So there are good days ahead. Good days are possible. So anyway. All right. I'm gonna make this 29:30. Save. All right, so What was Mitch McConnell doing in Ukraine? Gee, I think I'll go into a war zone. Pelosi did it, so I'll be fine. I don't want her to look braver than I am. Hello, boo-boo. Knight of Wands. Page of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. King of Wands. Eight of Swords. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay, there's Knight of Pentacles here. This does have to do with trying to arm and supply Ukrainians. King of Wands, Eight of Swords. He's also trying to get out in front of the far right members, is what it seems like. I think the key word here, where was it? Who just used the word agenda? Sally Mount was just saying Mitch does nothing without an agenda, and that's what I'm getting, agenda. Musical Neptunian Boo-Boos and Kitty smells something very fishy about Mitch being in Russia. It's a good kitty. You can see his little ears. Oh, you can see his little ears right there. Richard says, what's so important that Mitch would expose himself to bodily harm? Not looking like a weakling, because Pelosi went first. That's it. He's trying to cut off some of the far right influence. So I'm the leader. This is a leader. I am the leader kind of moment. I am the leader of the Republican Party. Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that, Mitch. You just keep telling yourself that. Like I often say to my cats, you're an optimist. I like that about you. They are too. They're optimists. If I just stand here, if I just cry enough, I'll get attention. If I just sit here and look really, really cute, I will get treats. And they do. All right. Whew. Al Menzi says, will Mitch kick Rand Paul so we get the money? Apparently, Rand Paul, all he can do is delay things for a couple of days. Apparently, that's what I heard. That he can't actually do much. He can just delay things for a couple of days. But. All right, 33. Well, Petrus is saying Mitch is actually more stable than people like Trump. Oh gosh. If we had to be led by, oh God, I'd cry. Trump or McConnell? Those are only two choices. I don't know. And honestly, I actually think I might go for Trump just because he's such a bumbling idiot. And he has attention span of a gnat. And to this day, I swear his shoelaces have to be the stretchy kind so he doesn't have to actually tie them. Yeah, I don't think dude's tying his own shoes. So, yeah. Okay. Ugh. But yeah, I think actually I would want Trump just because he's actually less effective. 34, 30. Speaking of all of that garbage, Linda Speece says Mitch is more dangerous, maybe. I think so. So the January 6th Select Committee has subpoenaed Kevin McCarthy, among other GOP elite, to testify. Will they show? If not, will they face contempt charges? All right, double check in on this. Will they show? Gretchen says, dumb and evil is better than calculating and evil. They're all bad, though. Ace of Cups. Well, it's the committee taking a big, bold step. Five of Pentacles. Tower. Five of Cups. The committee is angry. Members of the committee, they are fed up. They are, who was it? Benny Thompson? Is that who the Democratic leader on the Select Committee? Benny Thompson, I think his name is. He was talking, and he was just, people were like, well, the Republicans doing this, the Democrats, and he just said, this is not about partisan politics. And he was just very, normally it's like they say that and you're like rolling your eyes. You're like, oh, please. He was like, no, this is not about partisan politics. This is about the future of our democracy if we still have one. And it was just like, okay. Yeah, okay. He's not messing. They are furious. But these yahoos, Five of Cups is a cup of disappointment. Normally 3 of the cups are knocked over and 2 of them are upright. So it may be a mixed bag, or just disappointment. I don't. I'd be floored. I would be floored if any of them actually showed up. 2 of them tops. 2 of the 5 tops. And I am getting fear. I am getting fear from McCarthy and the others, because it's uncharted territory. Musical Neptunian, you have a point. Mitch is sort of like the Star Wars Emperor, whereas Don the Con is Jabba the Hutt. I could see it. I can see that. Oh boy. All right. They are very afraid, because if it actually comes down that Merrick Garland actually does his job, these guys are wondering just how much trouble they're actually going to be in, because, I mean, not everybody got through the fall of Nixon without going to prison, at least for a little while. Kathy Rollins, yes, those 5 Congress members are hosed. The January 6th committee has receipts. Yes. Star witnesses. 2 of Pentacles. Oh, you are on shaky ground, people. You guys, you are on, and how devoted are you to Trump, or were you to Trump? 10 of Swords. Oh, that's not, they have receipts, and they have receipts painting. Ooh, pictures black as night. Page of Pentacles. Oh, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're going to be, it's, I don't know that it's going to be as bad as we believe it should be, but, yeah. The people they subpoenaed, once we hear what the January 6th Select Committee has to say about them, oh dear. Oh dear. Got a 10 of Swords right in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. This is not going to go well for them. And like I said, the committee has receipts, so. I remember when Whitney Houston first used that expression, show me the receipts. And the interviewer she was talking to was like, what does that mean? Whitney had to explain. Oh, what was her name? Very tall. Blonde? Can't remember. Anyway. All right. Whew. Friend is asking, do I think they got pardons? No. Nope. Petrus is saying the problem with Trump is that there's no way to force him to take responsibility. High Priestess. Lovers. Three of Swords. Five of Cups. No, there's disappointment. There's who Trump pardoned and didn't pardon before he left was odd. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Diane Sawyer. Is it her? Thank you, Phyllis. I need a sip of coffee. Oh boy. I've got a few more questions along this. I'm just having oh my gosh, you heard Trump's latest defense about from having to turn things over to Letitia James. Oh my gosh. But having looked through a lot of this, I'm going to move Debbie Winnett's question up. It's about Merrick Garland, and I've got a question about Merrick Garland. So let's move this up. If you take just a moment. Hold, please. Okay. And a sip of this. It's getting pretty dark outside. Thank you, Gary. Is it bright enough? Do I need to mess with some lighting or something? Just let me know. I mean, I could. I'll mute this before I do it. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Oh, and by the way, I got something as I'm shuffling. I got part of something for what I'm doing on July 4th. I don't know why I get so excited about these little things. And I do them and people are just like, okay, that's cute. But I just get excited. To you, it won't be a big deal. To me, I'm so looking forward to it. So, 4th of July. Anyway. Thank you, Linda Johnson. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. It says it does look like carrot juice. What does? Hopefully I don't. Lisa Graham, a wellness check on Merrick Garland should be done regularly. Yes, 4430. A wellness check should be done on Merrick Garland regularly. Lisa Graham. It's very, very much so. Actually, Debbie Winnett's questions is actually, I'll read another Merrick Garland question, but does Merrick Garland have dominant feminine energy? He keeps coming up as the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords to me is a group of prosecutors, a group of law enforcement agents. So, but let's see, Merrick Garland. I don't care if you're tired of people putting pressure on you. They're putting pressure on you for good reason. You're not on the bench. You are not on the bench anymore. Merrick Garland. I'm also just doing a wellness check. Wheezy squeeze box. Red, white, and blue fingernails with stars. You'll see. You'll see. I got 2 cards for the reading. Ace of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. So there's a lot to work through. And Ace of Swords, this is legal action. Big legal action. I really wonder if it's kind of a sense of he's almost afraid to move forward with certain cases to make them public because it would expose work on related cases. So frustrating. Okay. Lisa Graham says, or the DOJ has been corrupted beyond repair. I don't think so. I really don't think so. There are some bad apples, but no. I mean, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 7 of Wands. He wants to make sure that these people related to the insurrection, related to the crimes of Trump and thin skin, put them on the defensive, sending people to prison, putting other people on sending this person to prison puts this person on the defensive. He's trying to come in here. He's going after some very powerful people. So he's trying. I'm getting a hint of he wants a domino effect. Dude, seriously. Look, I'm not saying. I'm not saying the legal equivalent of kill them all and let God sort them out, but I am saying this is not your perfect little chessboard. Petra says there's a scene in Batman Returns where the penguins lead the penguin's body down to the water line in the sewer. And now I watch that scene at the end of every Republican presidency. Oh, God, that was good. That was good. Joanne, she should just arrest somebody already. Exactly. Oh, hello, Sunflower. I hope you are able to get some rest. All right. Yeah, okay, 4930. I want to look at one more thing about Garland. 4930. Will the DOJ react swiftly after the January 6th committee hearings. Catherine Rodriguez says we're not living in Legoland. Right. So this is one of my worries. 50. Okay. So in June, June 8th, I did know, but there was something I heard. June 8th, I believe, isn't that when the first January 6th Select Committee hearing is supposed to take place? Because somebody was talking about the Supreme Court. Hang on, let me double check the old calendar, because I have the Supreme Court's calendar right here in my planner, because I'm sad. No, they don't have anything on the 9th. No, wait, 9th. 6th and the 13th, conference days marked in green, non-argument sessions marked in blue. It's usually the days marked in blue is when they bring out rulings. And June 8th, I believe, is when, it's the 9th. June 9th is when the January 6th Select Committee hearings will begin. Does anybody know, are they going to do it 8 nights in a row? So to the 17th? Or rather since that's 1, 3, 7, 8. Because someone else was saying they thought somewhere around the 6th or 8th or something, they were talking about the Supreme Court, their talk being that the Supreme Court will release the rulings on the whole Roe v. Wade thing right around here. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. My gosh, could you imagine the between the two, the upheaval, the unhappiness in the country? I would expect them to wait until the last day on the 27th, last day of the term. But, and that's a holiday, that 20th, that's a holiday. So they'd only meet on the 21st, just so you know. So anyway, and that's same at the end of this month. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. TC Ryder, Autumn, can you tell if Garland is worried about U.S. democracy? He believes that you can, what it feels like, he believes you can only have democracy if you have a strong judicial system. But there's being careful, there's having good attention to detail, and then there's Meadows. Hello. What are you doing about Meadows? Infuriating. It's been this long. Not a peep. Ugh. So, Mark Meadows. So after the January 6th Select Committee hearings, there was one of the liberal commentators on YouTube who was saying, if a month later the Justice Department hasn't convened a grand jury or isn't convening a grand jury, isn't doing something about whatever illegal actions the committee's uncovered, that we should take to the streets and we should protest. Exactly, Gary. Gary Atkins saying Bannon's all they have on the docket. Yeah. That's July 18th, I want to say. Jeanette says they may be going for bigger charges against Meadows. Don't want to tip their hand. He better have a good excuse. All right. So after the January 6th Select Committee hearings, is the DOJ going to step up? Are you going to step up to the plate and act? Or are you going to play this little game in the dark while it looks like our democracy's being taken apart? That's not an auspicious, forget how important this is, that's not an auspicious card for the reading. Two of Pentacles. Moon. Seven of Cups. Magician. Page of Swords. All right, the Magician feels like movement. That's good. This was the run-up to January 6th and whatnot. This is the, whatever they're saying at the in the hearings isn't necessarily admissible in court as is. So he needs that information. You have to go through it. But this feels like taking some action. Then we've got a whole bunch of Page of Swords over here, a bunch of little bullies. It feels better than I expected, actually. I mean, I realize that Magician isn't the Justice card, but it is someone standing up against a whole bunch of little bullies. And these are little bullies, too. They tried to destroy our democracy. They're not little. Have a great day, Linda. That's true, Deborah Murphy. Republicans need a good diversion, so people are mad about Supreme Court and not listening to January 6th, or vice versa. If they both hit essentially at once, it's going to suck all the air out of the room. Those two things together. All right, DOJ. Three of Cups. Okay, this is us not being so angry. All right, this is us being pleasantly surprised, but let's see, Seven of Pentacles, Fruits of Labor, Ten of Cups. That's all the evidence laid out. Magician, it won't take him long to take what the January 6th Select Committee has done and essentially convert it into what can be used in a court of law. Okay, I'm surprised. This energy is surprisingly good and surprisingly positive. It won't take them that long to convert stuff over. Really? Really? He might actually redeem himself in our eyes sometime in the near future. Garland redeem himself in our eyes in the next 2 months, 3 months. I'm not picky. Tower. These hearings are going to be brutal, by the way. Brutal to listen to. Page of Pentacles, Star, Seven of Wands. People, these idiots being on the defensive. All the lights, all the the committee's going after Trump. And I mean, they can't do anything specific, but they are. It feels like they're trying to get past some of these lower level people to blame Trump as much as possible. So Doxy Mom says it's going to be a bumpy summer. Yes. Buckle up. Lisa Graham says fasten your seatbelt. Summer looks rough. And Roxana Lee has brought popcorn. Jane Weiniger says, oh, and there's probably more coming. Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right. At 1 hour and just a bit. I actually feel better. I feel a little bit better. I sometimes do after reading on the DOJ or Garland, like what's coming. All right. Yes, Squeaker Bunny. Will the newly appointed Florida, will the newly appointed Florida Secretary of State, QAnon believer, Byrd, really? CORD, BYRD, Byrd, attempt to fix elections so Trumpers will win midterms? Byrd. So we've got a new person to keep an eye on. Let's have a look at Byrd. Yes, dear. Oh, gosh. He looks exactly like what you're thinking he looks like. I'm dying. I need attention. I'm dying down here, he says. DeSantis taps self-described Florida gun lawyer to oversee elections. Democrats quick to condemn Byrd's ascension to secretary. He was a member of Florida's House of Representatives, representing Nassau County, Duval County, and he's my age. He's like 6 months older than I am. So okay, all right. Images. Okay, who else? Let me see. Who else thinks that he looks exactly like what you thought he did? Hi. I mean, that's what I was picturing, and look at that. Oh, good grief. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. We're looking at a really heinous, horrible person. We're looking at a horrible person. We're looking at Byrd. Yes, he's terrible. You're okay. Sorry, guys. It'll be just a second. Sweetheart, you're okay. You're the good boy. Oh my gosh, you have the loveliest energy. Yes, you do. You have the loveliest energy. You're so good. You're so good. You don't. All right, here's our little bed. I've got your little bed here. Don't put your claws in my back. No claws. No claws in my back. There you go. That's not so bad. It's right there, and it's nice and soft. There you go. That's not so bad. So then I can still do the readings, which is what I need to do. All right, 103.30. Good boy. It worked. Okay, the boob was in Kitty Drape. Yes. Rocky, scritch. The baby kitten, says Roxanne. All right, 104. Byrd. Is he going to try to fix elections in Florida to make sure it goes to Trumpy Republicans? Thank you, Jane. Yeah, great. Now you're really at the table with the big boys. Good for you. Really? These are your goals in life? This is what you want? Okay. Linda Johnson says Byrd also has DeSantis's voting police. Oh, that it will be overlooking primaries in the midterm election. You good kitty. Oh, he's a good boy. Temperance. That doesn't feel like a good temperance. That's a, well, if it looks like too many Democrats or there are too many Democratic votes, well, we need to take a closer look at this. I'm afraid I've got my questions for today, but I'm here 365 days of the year, seriously. Three of Cups, Knight of Swords. Oh yeah, he's planning on questioning this of Democrats are getting too many votes. Eight of Swords. He's going to do something about it. Ace of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, he is going to hand Republicans wins in Florida. Entertainment only. What do I know? Just reading on the cards, the energy. What it's saying. Entertainment only. I wouldn't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. Seriously. So is he going to be successful? Or is he going to get himself into a heap of legal trouble? So is he going to be right next to DeSantis going forward? Or is he going to be inmate, Byrd, inmate number? I told you guys about a book I read years ago, decades ago, but it was so amazing. It was called Gray is the Color of Hope. And it was the story of, I forget her first name. Her last name was something like Ratushinskaya, but she was a political prisoner in the USSR in the 1980s, in the late 80s. And she was sent to Siberia because she and her husband had been, she specifically had been convicted of printing basically anti-communist party information, news, stuff like that. So she was sent to a camp in Siberia, and there was a special smaller part that was set off for specifically political prisoners because they didn't want them infecting the others. And of all of the deprivations that she went through when she was there, and her health was not good when she got out. She said, people say, what was the worst thing about it? Was it the freezing temperatures, the lack of food? She's like, no, the worst thing were the lies. When people would just lie to your face. Because they knew the laws. They knew that prisoners were entitled by international law. Prisoners are entitled to, like 100 grams of bread per day and this and temperatures to be in this certain range. And they were, at one point toward the end, they were keeping her and another woman in a, basically putting them in these like plunging nightgowns and keeping them in these freezing cold cells. So basically they would wrap their bodies around this hot water pipe in there for when occasionally some warm water would come through. But they managed to smuggle in a thermometer, and they confronted one of the jailers with it and said, this is inhumane, this is cruel, and this is illegal. And so what the guy did, and I'll never forget this, so the guy's like, oh, let me see that. So he took his gloves off, his big, thick gloves off, and he took the thermometer, and he was like, oh, let me see. Let me see. I'm having trouble seeing it. And he did that, and he was like, oh, temperature is just fine. That's what this guy feels like. I know it's a long way around, but that's what this guy feels like. Do not trust this guy if he tells you water is wet. Hermit. 3 of Wands. 6 of Wands. Hierophant. Tower. Hermit, 3 of Wands. 6 of Wands. This is a right-wing victory, ultra right-wing victory. This is, oh, we have to look carefully at all of these ballots over here in the quiet. And try to create this far-right victory in the government, and it's not going to go well for him. Fiona, it's a relatively new deck. I've only used it a certain number of times. It's the Yarn Tarot. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. Highly recommend it. The link's down in the description box. Just look for Yarn Tarot. It's the bottom of the list of tarot decks. So it's not going to go well for him. But entertainment only. Do not trust this man. And will DOJ get involved? Devil, blatant corruption. Emperor, Temperance, 4 of Pentacles. They're going to make arguments they know won't even let them win, but they'll make whatever they can come up with, and it'll stand as long as it can, and it'll put doubt in people's minds, and then they'll try something else, and then they'll try something else. Oh, Mark, can we check if DeSantis is getting reelected? We could do that tomorrow. That's okay. All right. Kim Hawkins had a question. Very good question at 1:13:30. That guy's got creepy energy. Oh, okay. Will Lauren Boebert get a subpoena? From the January 6th Select Committee? I assume they've already given out all the subpoenas they're going to give out, but I could be wrong. Are you going to subpoena Lauren Boebert? Three of Wands. She may have been involved. 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. They called in the people they had the best evidence against. That you will feel beaten up. This is these far right people on the defensive, and the fruits of their labor are right there. The work product they were creating, the emails, the texts, the messages. I don't know about Boebert. What's going to happen to Lauren Boebert? Let's ask that way. Have a great day, Lisa. Lauren Boebert. She's got her own legal problems. Didn't she spend $200,000 of campaign money to save her business? Was that her? Is this the right person? Allegedly. 9 of Cups. The Merchant. Eight of Wands. She's been involved in a lot. 7 of Wands. Defensive. 7 of Pentacles. So I got those cards again. Page of Swords. Bully. 8 of Swords. Hemmed in. Legally hemmed in. I think she's going to get roped into this in some way. Yeah, she's going to get roped into this. But she's not the... Let me see if I can get anything else. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here so I don't read on this stuff all by myself. Again, this is not a bandwagon I jumped on. Political tarot is what I've been using tarot for the most for years. Boebert. Oh, bless. Leslie says, thank you for the hydrangeas. They always feel like a hello from my sister Lori. Bless. Magician. Oh, that committee's going to lay it out. Receipts, 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 receipts. Try to deny it. These are your words. This is you on video. These are under oath descriptions. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. 3 of Swords. King of Cups. 5 of Swords. Like I said, she's going to get roped in, but she's kind of looking at the big boys. If anything, the old boys club actually might work to her advantage a little bit. Yeah. Kathy Rollins says you keep getting 7, 8, and 9. I'm thinking there are 2 to 4 more to answer to January 6th. I'm getting a mix. I don't know which card to pull. Sun. 3 of Swords. What it feels like is just wait for the hearings. That's the energy I'm getting. Just wait for the hearings. You're just like, I mean, I don't drink, but if you do, you might want to get a glass of wine, but limit yourself, because these hearings are going to Be very hard to watch. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, they'll throw under the bus. They'll throw any of them under. These guys will throw any of those women under the bus in a heartbeat if they can get away with it. Problem is receipts. All right, 120.30. Do 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 do. 120.30. Okay, this makes me crazy. Yes, no drinking games. Doxy Mom, I agree. El Mendy says, I want to be sober and scream at my TV. Oh, and you will. Okay. You know how New York Attorney General Letitia James she's been trying to get information from Grift Co. from Donnie Grift himself and Grift Co. about valuation issues. Hello, good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Well, now. And then they even, Grift Co. even paid a company to come in and find the information for them. Hired a company who's done this for other Republican companies who were in trouble, and they managed to drag their feet over there. So Grift Co. was like, hey, come over here and drag your feet over here. So then the judge decided to hold Donnie Grift and Grift Co. on contempt of court for not turning over these requested documents about alleged what's the word? It was here and it was gone. About alleged valuations, illegal evaluation, saying something's worth more to get money from banks, but saying it's worth less to pay less on taxes, and they being wildly different, which is illegal. Valuation, that's what I was looking for. And then after 10 days, the judge said, okay, pay the money, turn over the stuff, and we'll go from there. Trump is saying he doesn't have any of the information that Letitia James wants. I don't use email. Right? I don't use email. I don't text. And why I haven't turned over the files in question is, quote, I'm not ignoring the subpoena and contempt charges. I just lost my phone. Really? And this goes back a number of years. So previous phones he's had two flip phones, one Android. Now he has an iPhone. They took away his, I think they took away his, he said he took away his Android phone when he became president. Now he has an iPhone that somebody gave him. Oh, no, he has a separate phone that he got for Truth Social that he's never used for anything but that. Doxy Mom would like to know, did Trump eat the phone? Eileen's saying Trump lost a White House phone, which is a major security risk. So, is this going to work? This little genius move by Donald J. for Genius Trump. Renier's asking, did Donnie flush his phone down the porcelain god? He's so careless. Suburban housewife, what about their burner phones? Burner phones? They're burner phones? Jeez. Did Trump eat the phone? I like that doxing mom. That was good. Is this going to work? Please slam this guy for obstruction of justice. Please. Oh, please. I am begging you. I'm begging you. Rob D saying his toilet ate his paperwork. It took some time, some doing, though. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. Frustration. This isn't just disappointment. This is just constant frustration. And the judge, Letitia James is frustrated, but the judge is feeling, he's not feeling any better. He doesn't feel any better about this. Is it a man? I can't remember. King of Pentacles. What? This phone? I don't have a phone. Strength. Oh, you kitty. Oh, the kitty. Letitia James has strength. 2 of Cups. 2 of Wands. Page of Wands. Well, this is the card of communication. And Page of Wands is messages. And this is Cups. So this is working together. This is a partnership. This could be Letitia James and phone companies. Other people's phones. He's playing games here, but she has a way around it. Messages, messenger. She'll find a way around it. That's what I'm getting. She's gonna find a way around this. All right. Well, that's Al Menzies asking, did he sit on the phone? Possible. Linda Johnson has the same question. And she work around it, but what happens to Trump and his, I don't have my glasses. In that one deposition, I can't read that. I don't have my glasses. And he says it in this passive-aggressive, melted toddler. He basically, he has the melted toddler defense. That's his strategy. Seven of Wands on the defensive. 10 of Wands. Ace of Wands. Burden. Any one of these actions, he could be called on. 9 of Wands. Feels, victimhood, beaten up. Well, if these were legitimate, straightforward contracts, obligations, why are the words, I can't find the words. Transactions, no. Agreements, no. Something like that. There's a word for this, I can't think of it. If these were legitimate, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, boy. This is Weisselberg's daughter-in-law. This is Mary Trump. This might even be Rona Graff. Although she's more just trying to, I don't know. She's like, here, I'll just, whatever. And there's a devil card. Joanne Morris saying, sorry to be repetitive, but arrest someone already. You and me, we are seeing eye to eye. This is proof of corruption here. It almost feels like they're getting to the point where they're not even, it's like you get to a point where you're not even angry. It's just like, okay, this is what we're dealing with. So we stop playing those stupid games and we're going to do, and it's like, we're going to be adults over here. You guys do your childish little garbage. We're going to do this. We're going to work our way through. Yeah, it does feel like people are wise to his games, and they're just like, yeah, we've seen people try this before. We didn't have patience for it then, and you don't have the power to do stuff here like you have done elsewhere. CC Ryder says, go seize the files. Linda Johnson says, wouldn't Weisselberg have all that information? Maybe, but he's not talking. He is refusing, last I heard, refusing to flip on Griftco and the Grift family. Not very bright, but yeeps. Okay, so at 1:30, I'm actually going to. Has Ghislaine Maxwell not been sentenced? I did not know that. And I'm going to do Jen Glenn's question, and I'm going to save the rest of these for tomorrow. 1:30. I don't know why I'm feeling a bit tired today. I'm usually okay, but I'm just. Labrat says, I wouldn't doubt they've destroyed the records. They don't have them. I would imagine, but you never know. 1:31:45. Jen Glenn would like a look at this week. Let's have a quick look at this week. Linda Kingsley's wondering if Garland's working for the Federalist Society. Like far. I've read on that before, and I wasn't getting that. For what it's worth. This week, May 15th through May 21st. El Mendy says, tonight is the eclipse. Well, happy eclipse to everybody. Okay. Thank you, Rob D. Maxwell's sentencing date is June 28th. Oh, it's going to be quite the month. May 15th. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. For this week, 3 of Wands. What the Republicans did, and what a lot that's been done. We're starting to see karma coming for some of these people. Generally, this is that guy standing there with the 3 wands, and he's looking out over the water, and there are some little ships in the distance. It's waiting for your ship to come in. It's stuff you've put out and what you're getting in return. The merchant, he has filled up the ships with whatever it was, gold or commodities, and they've gone away and they've traded, and now he's waiting for the ship to come back with whatever they traded for. And we're starting to see that happen to the McCarthy, etc. jerks of the world. All right. Ace of Pentacles today. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is big. This, I wonder if this is a storm. But Thursday, something about a storm. right. Ace of Swords here. So if there's going to be more legal action, look for it on Wednesday. This just feels stormish. Queen of Cups. This is the people gathering. It's like the committee gathering or other. I'm getting a mental image of like a lot of Democrats, people in some kind of power. It's almost like they're gathering together from different places into a big room. And I think it's a metaphor for people starting to really come together against the far right garbage. And fruits of labor here, this is everything that the right has accomplished. This is the fruits of their labor. So they're still in a position of they still have the fruits of their labor by the end of the week. But this just feels like a whole bunch of people coming together. And this actually feels like a storm. This feels more like the usual garbage in the news about Biden versus the right wing, with the right wing saying about Biden, he doesn't speak well. He has a stutter. He doesn't sound like he has a stutter. That's because you don't actually know what a stutter is. The only thing you know is what you've seen in movies. The man has communication problems, always has. Scary Harpy, Otto, when you read with playing cards, what about Major Arcana? Just intuition? Yeah. If the energy feels big or small, strong or weak. So we're making progress. We're definitely making progress. But alas, the far right will not start going down. By Saturday, they'll still have their resources. So. Dave says more relaxed, sitting still in the shade. Nice. All right, and okay. And then there was one other. It was just a question that came up in. This isn't a tarot reading. And if you are don't want to hear about this, have a wonderful day. All right, and I'll be back tomorrow. But there was a question back here about, what was it? Sitting on the phone. Yes. No, it was, Jennifer Johnson was asking, can you tell us how you overcame the pain sometime? I'd like to hear. Basically, I just kept reading. I just kept regularly trying to piece together the meanings in various research that was being done. And so I'm not great. I don't have a medical background, so I don't fully understand when you start showing me, you go to PubMed, whatever it is, with the publication, the medical publications. But I would just spend a lot of time in there digging. And I eventually found, and I'm still searching for the original, but I eventually found a Spanish doctor who had done tests and had found a certain number of supplements that if you took together, that the pain these people were suffering with was getting better. And so I just decided to be a guinea pig and go, okay, it's all over the counter. So I started doing that. I also basically from what it looks like is the my mitochondria are, well, I don't even know if it's a mitochondria. If I focus on my mitochondria, I seem to just do better overall. But my system has limitations. And as soon as I became vegan, so I wasn't eating anything high on the food chain, it takes more energy for your body to digest these things. It's harder for your body to digest things higher on the food chain. So if you're vegan and you're only eating plant-based products, you're throwing off less, your system's throwing off less antioxidants and all this, and byproducts and all of this. And your system itself has more energy to just, okay, I've dealt with the food and now I can deal with this other stuff. So I started taking supplements. I became vegan, and I have to keep a tight lid on my weight. I'm at the upper limit of what I can allow myself to be at, because the more I weigh, the worse my circulation is, the harder it is for my system to get stuff, my circulation to keep things moving. And I just found the less I weighed within reason, as long as I was still a healthy weight, the less I hurt as well. So I had to do multiple things that I would just try and come back. And I became vegan in, gosh, I was 32. So it was almost 20 years ago. It's like, yeah, it was 28 years ago. And it was hard being vegan back then. And there were hardly any cookbooks, let alone a lot of food on the options. But there are lots of options now. It's lovely. Matter of fact, when I stopped drinking milk, the people in my life who were just freaking out, they're like, "You have to drink milk." It's like, no, you don't. No, you have to. You have to. No, you don't. How are you going to get calcium? Yeah. So I don't know that I feel comfortable making recommendations as far as the supplements go. Like I said, I'm still trying to find the original publication, which I will pass on as soon as I can find it. But I was able to improve my life immensely. But every time if I tried, I miss, there aren't many things I miss, but I miss soft-boiled eggs. I used to love soft-boiled eggs with toast. Oh, but and for years, I would, every 3 or 4 years, I'd try one. It's like, okay, maybe I could just have it. I'll just have an egg. I'll just have an egg, soft-boiled egg, and it was so good. And it's like, and you will be in constant pain for 3 days starting now, and every time. Yeah, I have to take I have supplements. I have all kinds of stuff I take, and I take this every day. I've got this is each day, and I've got the week, and I've got 5 of these racks. I have 5 weeks of these containers, and I need to take this stuff every day. Yep. So, Joanne Marr saying, I do better without animal products. Go. Jennifer Johnson says, interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. And Mendy says, then it hits your stomach. Yeah, I would just start aching everywhere. Also, the thing is it's the nails, I can't wear nail polish. Every time I put on nail polish, within about 20 minutes, my back hurts and I get a weird taste in my mouth. But especially my back hurts if I try to wear. But this, I use these double-sided, specialty double-sided kind of stickers, and so I can do this. So I can have fun with my nails, but I can't actually wear nail polish, or I get ill. Yeah. So the glue doesn't bother me. No, I'm gonna. For those of you who haven't seen this before, I know many of you have, but yeah, I just turn this. I've got some typing to do this afternoon, so I just turn this, and then there's this bit of. I don't think I've got a spare in here, do I? Not handy. But then I just can take, which one here? Yeah, and then I just roll this out of here. And then I just make a pile. And it's in this container. And these are in the morning before I came on. What I would do is I come in here, I carry a bunch of shirts in, and I try to see what matches. And then I go and get, like, this is my second blue long. Yeah. And then I would stand here and be like, okay, what matches? What matches a shirt? What looks okay with the lipstick? What matches the overlay? And then it's like, oh, okay. So then, and then once they're in here, I put them in a certain order so that they're easy to get out quickly. So that goes there. Then, yeah, there's a certain way I put them in here. So I'm not like dumping them out and trying to figure out the different sizes. So it's organized. So this is what I do when I'm doing post-production. I'm taking this stuff off, and usually I just take them all off and put them in a line and then deal with it all at once. So yeah, the double-sided adhesive, hang on a second, I'll go grab them. I'll grab a thing. Okay, I'm back. All right, yeah, I get a whole bunch of these. And they're ones that come with the nails usually, but they don't work well for me. These are the only ones that work for me. And they're these little tabs. And then if something goes wrong, I'll sometimes have to take another tab. So I've got a bunch of these that are like partial sets. But that's, if you put the thumb in there, that's, so I use half a sheet every day. So I buy a pile of these. So yeah. Oh, I hope this helps somebody. My sister actually just had a problem. Oh, she had a very unfortunate instance. Something happened to her at the nail salon where somebody was trying to sort out some kind of dip nail polish glitter or something. They took a Dremel to her nail bed, like the flat of the nail, and her nails are so thin and they need to grow out. And so I'm like, I got you. So I took one of these containers and I gave her like a set of shorter nails and a bunch of these. And it's like, here's your little set to get you through. So anyway. All right. Yeah, and the shirts are I get these racks that will hold 6 shirts. And I weight, these are specifically Land's End subpoena cotton shirts because they hold their color well, they age very well, and and I wait until they're on sale because I could not pay full price for the number of these shirts that I own. No way. So I have to wait till they're less than $20 a piece because usually they're about $30. So J. Rocher says shorter and more natural ones would work. Yeah, but where's the fun in that? I have shorter natural ones. I have a whole set of natural nails, but did I do an Amazon wish list? Yep, links in the description. It's mostly nails, and some people are so kind to send me some. So yeah, this is part of what I do every day. So anyway, I guess I should let you go. But oh, there we go. For me, they would. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I guess that will do it for me for today. But I will be back tomorrow. I'm here 365 days of the year. You can't get rid of me. Try as you might. And I really look forward to it. I really look forward to just spending time with you. Almenzi says the coffin shape is strange to me. I understand. This is not my first choice, but this is what's popular. So if I want a variety, I have to go with what's popular. So, yeah, I would prefer square. I prefer square nails, but this, as soon as I was like, all right, fine, I'll do what's popular, then suddenly I had all of these options. So, all right, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We are in this together. All right, hang in there. There are good days ahead, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.